What was this? What's up, Monsters? Thanks for coming in here. You gonna keep me company while I get ready? There we go. Okay. Get the eyebrows filled in. Ooh, we love a nice new sharp pencil. Okay. Here we go. Let's get this going. All right. Get that brushed out. Nice new fresh brush. That feels good. Okay. Let's do. Definitely too late for me right now, but whatever. It's just gonna have to work. It's just gonna have to work. Oh, that's such a waste of product. We're not gonna do that again. Okay. That technique does not work. We're not gonna do that again. The putting the foundation directly on the brush. That was a mistake. Sponge only moving forward. Okay. Hello. Happy Saturday. A couple people just joined. I just did a foundation technique that I am not going to repeat, which was to put it directly on the brush, which does not work for either my skin texture or that type of foundation or in general. It was not a good idea, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to go back to my normal route, which is just to dab some directly on my face. And then just use the sponge to move it around. This is the YSL All Hours Foundation Spectrum, Broad Spectrum SPF 30. Ah, yes. The bougiest thing that I own makeup wise because it's YSL. It's worth it. It's really good foundation. And I'm getting a decent amount of mileage out of it. So, what's up? Chat's real quiet. I know I just got in here, but I'm getting ready for a couple of shows. I put a pore minimizer on my nose, and on the rest of my face, and I don't know if it's quite working, but we'll see. It definitely minimizes pores, but I don't know what it's doing as far as like the or maybe I should have put like a tacky primer on top of it to make my skin a little more sticky now that I'm going in with the foundation. We'll see. It's also at this point a little light for my face since I've gotten tan. My goodness. Okay. What's everybody up to? I'm bored. Ask questions. Tell me about your day. Do whatever while I do this makeup, getting ready for these shows. This is a process. And I can't just make up like a what do you call it? Stream of consciousness, just talking. There we go. Hello, Bluetoothers. How's it going? How is it going? Okay, I have Tarte Double Duty Shape Tape. This is my concealer. Gonna go easy with it because I think that I may have done my. What's my favorite blush? At the moment, my favorite blush is this Color Pop Cheek Do. And it's not necessarily because it's the best one. It's just because it was cheap and I really like this coral color on me. I learned recently about color theory and that I am winter cool. So I've been enjoying that. Hello, Pierre. Hello, Mo. You can tell me whatever you want, but it's public info up here, I guess. Okay. I learned this technique recently, which is to take a really fluffy brush and just grab a teeny tiny bit and just go in right here at like a good distance to, you don't want to put the concealer like right under your eye because then, um, especially on more mature skin, it will crepe a little bit and I really don't want to go overboard. Okay. You can do 100. Okay. That's cool. That's not that hard. So can I. But that's good. It's important to stay physically active. See, I'm getting the teeny tiniest amount because it's much easier to add more than it is to take it away. So being very conservative with it and just brushing it out, really brushing it into this whole area. I could do a little more out here because I have more room to blend. So there we go. Okay. Blending that out. Again, I can always add a little more, but it's harder to take it away than it is to add it. So we don't want to go too overboard. Um, Let me just brush that down too. This whole area kind of gets red, and I've got like the filter on, so you guys can't see it, but I have a pretty bad pimple right here. Mo, I'm sorry, that's depressing as hell. We're gonna leave that depressing energy out of here. I'm sorry if that's what you're going through, but we're not gonna talk about it. Okay. That is way too much. See what I mean? Too much. Okay, we'll see if I can blend it. I'm not gonna do push-ups unless you send me money. So I don't do requests on here unless there is financial incentive. Because while this is supposed to entertain you, not that much. Not that much. Okay. See, Mo, look at that. You're making friends. It doesn't have to be me. But anyway, this is why BetterHelp should sponsor me. It's always something going on. Okay, I covered that. All right. See, someone in here is trying to be your friend. If you would read the chat. Okay. I'm gonna do blush next. I don't know if the person that asked about the blush is still in here. Actually, you know what? No, that's the wrong next. No, that's the right next step because I'm not gonna do a cream contour. I'm gonna do a powder contour. Hey, buddy. And then once I get all my cream products down, I can do my first layer of setting spray and then get the setting powder down and then do the bronzer since it's a powder bronzer. It's very hot and humid where I am, so I'm trying to do what I can to preserve my makeup and not be too powdery and make sure that I pay attention to the setting of everything and the drying of all the products. By the way, not a makeup channel. Those of you who are like, what is this? What am I doing here? I'm a comedian and podcaster. I have some shows tonight. And every Monday and every other Thursday, I release new podcast episodes. I have really cool guests on. I have a lot of like doctors and therapists and other comedians and scientists. I had a guy from NASA. I had a guy that rode the entire Mississippi River. He spent 3 months just paddling down the river. Um, and guys, enough with the freaking depressing comments. This is not a take that somewhere else. I'm sorry, like that sucks, but get it out of here. Why do I have so many bottom teeth? I have a normal amount of bottom teeth. Totally normal amount of teeth. If you don't like it, that's on you. Money bags. How about some poop pop, whatever. No requests without financial incentive. Thanks, Chief. Okay. I was gonna do setting spray. I got distracted. Hi, Alucard. Did I nail that? Okay. Going tippy tippy with the little fingers, tippy tippy. Make sure that the heat of your finger is supposed to melt it in here. Okay, hold on. I don't need to be left alone. I'm just gonna be selective about what I respond to and how I respond to it. But I guess you guys can say whatever you want. There's consequences to everything, but that's fine. I'm used to the weirdness of the internet. It is not new to me. Okay, setting powder is next. It's Laura Mercier, if anyone cares. Yes, I write my own material. Why? I guess that's a reasonable question. I've written material for other comedians, but it's really only really famous, very wealthy comedians who have the resources to pay other comedians to write their material and also even would want to. Someone who's not known just wants to use the good stuff that they write for themselves. Written for comedians that you've heard of. And it paid really well when I had those gigs. It happens all the time. Hi, Steven. Welcome. This is a comedy podcasting channel. However, I'm on here doing makeup, getting ready for a couple shows, because that is just the easiest way I find to connect with people, because this has to get done anyway. I got to get the makeup done in preparation for going out. And so this is a nice way to meet new people, introduce you to the show. I'm 36. It is art, yes. Am I ex-military? No, what would make you think that? Because you see this like buff ass shoulder. I doubt that's what you're thinking. I do have a little bit of pump going on. I was at the gym doing upper body earlier. Okay, we're going in with the setting powder in the under eye. Probably nobody in here cares about the makeup portion, except me. Whoever asked about the blush was is totally out of here. However, like I said, this needs to get done. So we'll answer questions and we'll chat. And I'll introduce you guys to the podcast and we'll do all that. Thanks. Go okay, thanks. Anyway. Setting powder done. We're going bronzer next, folks. The Too Faced Cocoa Contour. This is probably 10 years old. I've had this contour kit. I didn't really start using it until recently. Makeup to enhance natural beauty. Makeup is just a nice way to get things looking, popping how I would like them to, especially when it comes to eyes. I like a makeup free day, but if I'm doing shows, I want makeup on. If I'm being out and about, thank you, but I like it. It's not Women are not always insulting themselves when they're putting on makeup. Jess, I'm on 2 comedy shows tonight, so I'm getting ready for that. I have a 7 o'clock show and a 10 o'clock show. So I have not been around people today, so I'm just getting ready. Okay. Doing a little nose contour. It really shows on camera more than it shows on the mirror. If you see me looking up, it's because I have the phone propped up on my makeup mirror, and that's why I'm so close to the screen. And so you're just seeing me do it as I'm watching myself do it in the mirror behind this. Thank you. Thanks for wishing me good luck with the shows. Appreciate that. Thanks. Okay, you're very sweet. But again, don't worry. It's not that I'm doing it because I need it. I'm doing it because I like it. Okay. I like makeup. Makeup is very fun. It's an enjoyable experience to do. And people like doing it. People genuinely, I'll speak from, I genuinely enjoy doing my makeup. It's not a self-esteem thing. It's fun to do, and I like how it looks. Okay, I went way too rogue with that. Uh-oh, gotta fix that. I gotta remember to put lotion right here because I never do, and that area when I get powder on there is so dry. I'm not married. I think if I were married, I'd not be doing a YouTube live. I feel like this takes quite a bit of time. I do this to promote um podcast because I work really, really hard on it and I'm super proud of it. And so I jump on here because the algorithm hasn't loved me as much as I would like. And oh my god, thank you for the Salma Hayek. That is quite the compliment. I appreciate that. Anyways, as I was saying, the algorithm's not super mean to me, but it's not quite pushing the podcast the way that I would like it to. So this has been a good way, even just to find a few people that might like it and might resonate with it and connect with something. Because I know I see all of these complaints all the time about Alex Cooper and about Mel Robbins and where are the female podcasters, where are the ladies? And there's a million podcasts and lots of them are hosted by women. However, I like to think what I'm doing is unique and valuable, and I have a lot of really funny episodes with comedians, and I have a lot of like really educational episodes with experts and stuff. So, you know, that's what I'm here to promote. I hope some of that resonates with you. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. But if I can find even one person's something on the show, like even a single episode helpful, that's a huge win for me because I put so much of myself into that freaking podcast. Completely self-taught. Would I get married on a live stream? No. I don't know what the morning milk question is. Thanks for the tip. Should men be watching your channel? Yeah, Benji, I talk a lot about things that would benefit men too. I actually just had a dating coach who specializes in getting men tuned in with their masculine energies. His name is Devin Sherm. It's like one of the most recent episodes. And he works on, coaching them on how to be in better relationships, if have an easier time finding a relationship. I do spend a lot of time examining and talking about like all the red pill shit and trying to do my part in reversing that, which I know a lot of those guys would not listen to a woman to begin with. But if I can help even like one person get out of that, because it's not helping anyone, then that's really good. I've had a few people on the show where we've had conversations about that. I had a guy on, Rafael Gomez, who's like really big on TikTok. And he gets men out of that. So it's really cool that he does really good work, like pulling men out of that. He's a dating coach as well. So I've talked to therapists about it. It's just like, yeah, there's a lot of content for men. Thanks, Logan. I'll take a stalker. That's fine. Hi, Amada. What's up? What's up? I don't understand the nose thing. Yeah, you can ask something. Wow, Logan, you have a stalker in here, Eddie. That's funny that you guys, would you run into each other? Are y'all running into each other in lives? It's not liberals that killed testosterone. That's kind of a stupid take. Do you know what's killed testosterone? It's all kinds of chemicals in our food. Do you know why there's so many chemicals in our food? Because when you take away regulation, companies will do whatever they want to make a profit. Do you know who's anti-regulation? Republicans. So use your head. Actually, more regulations, which is typically a Democratic idea, is actually better to protect us from atrocities such as like Monsanto and all of that. And that's really what's affecting testosterone. So if you want to have that debate with me, I'm happy to have it with you. Um, all right. Men don't need to fight people all day long. That's gross. That's freaking very gross. It's not, because I just told you that thing about regulation. Just so you know, there's actually, if you think any one single fundamental idea for government is correct, you're wrong. The answer is actually like a mix of stuff. So anyone who's not pretty moderate, if you're super right or you're super left, guess what? You're wrong, because you're not using your critical thinking to like pick and choose what you actually believe in and why, you know? What's up, Roy? Welcome to me getting ready for a couple of comedy shows. I have to leave in like an hour. Yeah, Eddie, I agree. No one cares, but someone brought it up earlier in here. They said that there's less testosterone because of Democrats, and I had to put them in their place that there's less testosterone because of environmental factors. And that's actually more of a fuck up of deregulation. I'm not going to go into that spiel again. I'm just going to move on. It is time to, thanks, Ahmad. I appreciate that. I think it's time for some eyeliner. I just realized my liquid eyeliner, like, shat out. So I can't use that. I kind of don't know what to do for eyeliner now. I was using this Ulta liquid eyeliner and it's fucking donezo. Real sad about it. Don't think that I have a different. I don't have another eyeliner to supplement it with. I only have pencils. Should women go to war and serve? We just shouldn't have war. How about that? I don't know if y'all like that answer or what. That's my answer is that we shouldn't have war. But also, fellas are technically a little more disposable because if we're talking just from biology, it's like we need way less men to repopulate women. So well, I think that we shouldn't have wars. Men are technically biologically more disposable. So I know a lot of men are like, oh, we go to war because we're stronger. Like, sure, you're also more disposable. Hate to break it to you. But I'm not like a man hater. That is not what this channel is at all. I'm a big fan of men. I just don't like crazy behavior on the internet. What's up, Bradford? Okay, I probably am not gonna have it. I'm looking in my makeup thing, hoping that I somehow can discover a liquid eyeliner that I know I don't own. Bummer. I don't know what to do about eyeliner. Not good. Pancakes or waffles? Ooh, pancakes. Because I think you can just do um you can have more variation with pancakes. So I'm going pancakes. I'm looking for my pencil sharpener. Sorry. Okay. Not good fodder. Women are needed, men are needed, kindness is needed, blah, blah, blah. Okay. If you're going to bring up RFK, literal hoax, can we not? Can we just freaking not? I'm not trying to make this like a political thing, but if you're like a hardcore Republican, listen, you have every right to do that. It's a free country. If those are your opinions, I'm not going to like shit on you for them. That's not what this live is. But just know you're not going to like it here because I don't agree with you. Like, while don't consider myself particularly too hard in the Democrat paint, the way that RFK, to use him as an example, argues for like body autonomy, and then you're going to back the party that doesn't believe in bodily autonomy. No, 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 no. And you're not going to like it here. And you can, if I don't care. Then if you're not American, why are you even talking about it? Like, can we not? Like, move on. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm doing eyeliner. This is a crappy, teeny tiny pencil that I've had forever. I'm so sad my liquid eyeliner is no more. So I'm just gonna do my best with this. Okay. No, I don't need to lick it. Someone once told me to like lick eyeliner because then it'll make it like go on more smoothly, but I think that's actually not very sanitary. I'm gonna smudge it out because it's not really the look I want. Okay. I did see a clip on the internet of the man wearing the face mask. That shit is so weird. Um, but that's some shit that Fox News would do. they would they would just have on a man and then not even be careful enough to like not let it show that it's a freaking face mask. The whole thing is so strange. I haven't had a lot of like political conversations on the podcast because again, it's just not that kind of show. I had like one guy who studies the psychology of politics, and then I had an author who does that too. But the author episode I scrapped because I really didn't like what he was speaking from such like a scarcity mindset. And that's very antithetical to like what I'm trying to do with the show. Um what's twice as big as my face? I don't know what that's referring to. Okay. What's up, Michael? Okay. Eyeliner's looking a little wonky. I'm gonna probably go, okay. I did a wing. I did a subtle wing. Okay. I think it's even enough. I really just don't like how it looks with pencil liner. I was just at Target like twice this week. I can't believe I forgot to buy liquid eyeliner. What was I thinking? It hadn't been going on well for a while. I should have known I was running out, but I'm on a budget and I've been trying not to buy things if I don't absolutely need them. And here I am needing the liquid eyeliner. So maybe this week I'm just going to have to make room for it. Yes, politics is too heavy. Michael, I have two shows. So I have a half an hour to finish getting ready and then head out for the first show. And then I have a second show. If there's any new people in here, hello, comedian podcaster here, doing makeup only to promote the podcast, which is not a makeup podcast, but a comedy and educational podcast. Girls put on makeup because we like putting on makeup. How about that? Thank you for the good wishes. Thank you for the compliment. Appreciate it. Divorcee Brooklyn, what? What's it called? The food. Hey, send some. You want me to go eat all of that? Buy a burger and fries? No, it's not. It's not anti-American. Okay, we're going mascara. This is some cheap ass brand. Okay. Oh, here's what I'll tell you guys. Actually, I have two really, really cool podcast episodes that are about to come out in the next couple weeks. One is with a psychiatrist who runs and who operates a ketamine clinic. We talk about medicinal ketamine, what it does, is a good patient, how it works, just like every question you could have had about ketamine therapy, we talked about. So that's coming out on Monday. So if you want to subscribe so you don't miss that episode, it was really, really cool. um, and it was very eye-opening to a lot of things in medicine, mental health. I'd been wanting to do an episode like that for a while, so I'm super, super excited about it. And then to stay in the healthcare space, I also just recorded an episode with a freaking spine surgeon and he doubles, okay? He doubles as a spine surgeon and a plastic surgeon. And we had a very cool conversation about that. That one's going to be out in a few weeks. So there's some I think it's interesting for me as a person who doesn't know anything about medical space. Come in with a totally open mind, ask what I believe to be good questions, like well researched questions, questions that are topical about those fields. And I thought I asked him some really cool stuff and I learned a lot spine and about plastic surgery. And so I'm really excited to share that episode with you guys. That'll be out in a few weeks. New episodes every Monday and every other Thursday. If anyone didn't hear me talk about that before. Hi, Mr. Harry Potter. Seinfeld or Chappelle? Chappelle. I don't know if those are really comparable. They're so different. I mean, I love Seinfeld's show, but Chappelle is a comedian, he's one of the goats for a reason. He really does such a good job, like bringing a joke all the way around. Okay. Pretty happy with how that looks. Gonna probably hit under the eyebrows a little bit more with a little more color because I feel like they look a little too round. Sorry, I'm laughing because I got freaking mascara all over my fingers. I need this to be a little more of a straight line. Okay. I am a victim of the over plucking of the MySpace era, and my eyebrows have never been the same. So sad. Hello, hello, hello. Okie dokie. I don't need a managing mod. I don't let people be mods that I don't know. So thank you for the offer, but no. Thanks. Elaine, yeah, I get that. We're both petite brunettes. Okay, I took a different mascara out, and that's not even the one I did. So what I have to do next is not going to be that fun for YouTube Live, which is I have to dry my hair and then style my hair. And since that's like not good fodder for a YouTube Live, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So final thoughts. Thanks for hanging out with me while I get ready. And I'm going to go do some comedy tonight. And you know, hopefully you find something on the channel that resonates with you. I'm putting out like sketches and podcast clips and stand-up clips all the time. I'm working really hard on the show. So I hope something connects with you. Thanks for spending the last like 25 minutes with me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and maybe I'll catch